Go for it.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome into Joe Code today. I am your host, Joe Marrese. We've got a special guest today. This guy we're having on. I like doing this thing where I'm doing the solo podcast, then having a guest on. I'm liking the routine here. But after I have this guy on, I don't really know who to have next, because this guy is a part of our whole thing with Chad and JT, and then it's me and Strider, and then it's him. So after him, I don't know. We'll see. I'll see who my guests will be. Folks out there, keep sending in your guest, potential guests that we could have on here. So we'll get them on here in just a moment. You guys know how I like to do it. I like to intro my guests. I like to do a little, talk them up. It's fun to do that. I like that. So we're going to go. Oh, I noticed we switched the cameras. Look at me. All right. Yeah, this shirt looks great on camera.
Hell yeah.
This is a great shirt. This is Aviator Nation, if anybody's wondering. That's what you're looking at here. Yeah, we're into November here in LA. It's chilly today. I'm feeling a brisk, cold breeze, so I needed to bundle up a bit. And yeah, feeling good. Good to be here. And I'm excited to bring this guy on. We'll intro him right now. He's a great friend of mine. And what else? He is a guy, probably the first, I want to say, one of the first, maybe not the first comedian friend that I made where I started doing like regular activities with. Before I was out here just doing comedy, kind of just hanging out or whatever. But me and this guy really started hanging out and doing normal, friendly activities with. And we've been friends for a number of years. We'll discuss those years. I'm trying to remember exactly when we met. I think I know, but we'll talk about it. But yeah, you guys know him as he was on the Going Deep with Chad and JT Netflix show. You know him as Kevin the Schmoll. So guys, pleasure to bring him on right now. Give it up for Kevin Fard, everybody.
It's royalty free. And
Yeah.
I got the screenshot for you. Can we hear the music?
Yeah.
That's how my intro should be. We don't need to talk about the breeze.
That's good. I like that.
Have you been giving everybody intros?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun. All right.
Can we just listen to it for a second?
I do
That's
like
pretty good
I
royalty-free
do like the
music.
song. I wonder if we picked it up as
you
you were
think-
walking in. It seemed loud
Maybe we
enough.
should start it and then I should just introduce me again. Wait, introduce me again.
All right. Please welcome to Joe Code, Kevin Fard. Okay. I like that. You're the first person I've seen spin around the table. I like that.
Yeah, I'm bringing it. I'm the first person to bring it.
Good energy right off the bat. Good to have you, man. I like the little lavender thin hoodie you got going on there with the beanie.
Yeah, you like this hoodie?
Yeah,
I got it at Ross Dress for Less.
You got the whole November vibe going on here.
Yeah, and then my beanie, I got the little thing where I make sure there's like a little bit of hair. Like, how does that look, Aaron?
Looks great.
You put a little bit of hair in the front.
Yeah, you got to have some hair in the front.
And that makes you hot.
Now what, you
in
didn't
LA.
want to do your hair today? Is that why you're doing that?
I generally don't like to toy around with my hair. I put some kind of hat on, but it's getting cold.
Yeah, typically you do. That's
Yeah.
right. You are a big hat guy.
I mean, I've been to enough bars in Los Angeles, and every bartender has the beanie with the little hair in the front.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to bang those guys. Even I want to bang them. So I figured I would imitate them and mimic them.
Yeah, come in here looking bangable. All my guests are always bangable. Coming in here,
and you have a different. You sort of look like Al Borland from Home Improvement.
Yeah, that's kind of the look I'm going for.
Yeah.
I'm a big flannel guy. People know that. Yeah,
I'm gonna chop some wood.
I've worn flannels on many of my episodes, and yeah, this is.
Aaron, do you know Paul Bunyan?
Yes.
That's
Not personally, but yes.
You know Paul Bunyan?
Yeah, I know who he is. He's one of those tall tales.
Yeah, and he has a big ox.
Yeah, he's got a big ox.
If you go up to Northern
other
California, there's a big statue of him in the redwoods.
Yeah, this is the perfect shirt for that. This is a chopping wood shirt.
There's also one at Northern Arizona University as well.
And isn't there one in Minnesota?
Of course.
Dude, I don't know. I only know about the one in California.
I remember from the movie Fargo, there was a big Paul Bunyan statue.
How's my sound, Aaron?
It's great.
It's good?
Yeah.
You want me to go a little deeper?
I don't think you can.
All right.
I think it's great.
Hey, Joe, can I, before you start,
Yeah, go ahead.
I hate to be like busting into your podcast and sort of like talking so much,
you
but
have an
I have
issue?
something I need to.
No, go ahead. I don't. You know,
right.
there's no kind of. It doesn't have to be formatted
right.
in any way. That's actually what I don't want.
I see you have some notes there, and
I make notes. Yeah.
I actually prepared something.
Oh, good. What do you got?
It might be a bombshell for the Joe Code podcast. I don't know, but if I may,
Yeah,
I can read it.
I have no idea what you're gonna do, but go ahead.
Okay. And sorry, I'm sort of nervous reading this, so if you hear that in my voice, that's real nervousness. Okay. Dear Mr. Marrese, Aaron, and the millions of Joe Code listeners, before we begin this esteemed podcast, I must inform you that there is something I have to get off my chest. And that something is a heavy load weighing me down. In fact, if I had jugs, the weight of the load on my chest could only be described as double Z's. Yes, that's Z's, the last letter in the alphabet. Therefore, I must request your graciousness to remove this giant load from my chest. Do I have that permission?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want you to be.
Will you be gracious?
Yeah,
Okay.
it seems like it's really weighing you down. So
Yes.
I don't want to. I want to release the burden. Yeah.
Okay. What does this massive load on my chest have to do with you? You may be asking yourself.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, bitch. In a rare moment of foolishness and badassery, myself and my brother in bags, who you may know as Chad, or as we like to call him, Dick Nozzle, decided to, quote, prank your ass. Like the best of them, Johnny Knoxville, Sal from the Impractical Jokers, Elon Musk. After days of pondering, we decided the only way to prank the ass of someone of your stature was to, quote, go balls to the walls. Are you familiar with balls to the walls?
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, balls to the wall. I've never heard it plural.
It was then that we came upon the ultimate spoof. To transform ourselves into the ultimate MILF and develop the most intimate of intimate relationships with you. Strictly limited to communication through joecodepodcast@gmail.com. No touching. But don't mistake this for catfishing.
Okay.
This isn't MTV, and my name isn't Neve. This was hog hunting, and my name is Daddy. If you are listening to this right now and you haven't caught on yet, let me drop my fat load right between your eyes. I am, Chad is, we are Donna.
Okay, yeah, I thought I knew where this was going once you...
Listeners might know her as Nancy, the 50-something buxom divorcee with kids,
Yeah.
with a thirst for young cock.
Yeah, I was getting emails from her, yeah.
Your fans might know her as the person responsible for some of the most talked about fan emails in Joe Code history. Am I right?
Yeah, that was a fun run of emails. Yeah.
For those unaware, here is a taste, if I may read an email.
Yeah, they were
because I don't know if everybody knows about Donna.
Yeah, read one of them.
Dear Joe, and should I read it in like what I imagine her voice would be?
If you feel you can do the voice, see if you can.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Dear Joe, I'm kind of nervous writing this email because my youngest son is a big fan of your podcast and he might get mad at me if he finds out.
Yeah, I remember this one.
He puts your lovely show on just about every time we get in the car, and now I'm a big fan too, and I figured I could get your advice! Exclamation. Getting to the point, my husband and I split up after 32 years of marriage, and I'm now getting back on the dating scene, and I'm finding myself attracted to men younger than myself, in their 30s and 40s. I was wondering if you had any tips on what younger, handsome gentlemen like yourself enjoy in a partner. I can see your lovely smile on the dashboard in my car, by the way.
I remember this one. It was I thought it was a really sweet email.
P.S. I will be in the Dallas area in a couple months for business trip. If you have any suggestions on where to go, have some fun. Sincerely, Donna. If you read this, please call me Nancy so my son doesn't know it's me.
Yeah.
To be honest, at first it was fun being a MILF.
Yeah.
Blonde hair.
Sounds like a good time.
Rocking body, a renewed lust for young cock. It was everything we imagined and more. To be honest, again, although our original goal was to get you to stroke yourself to an older, busty lady, it was clear from your responses to the emails that you weren't really into Donna. And that's when things got dark. At first, we became filled with rage. We thought, why doesn't Joe want to bone Donna? Is it how she looks? We sent a picture.
Yeah, there was
and
a
it was
picture.
hot.
Yeah, it seemed like it seemed like somebody that matched.
Was
right?
it how she writes? Is it her age? Why isn't she good enough for Joe? Are we not good enough for Joe? And then things got even darker. Because even though you rejected her, we fell hard for her. Rock hard. But here's the thing. If I was Donna and Chad was also Donna and we were both rock hard for Donna, were we then stroking ourselves to Donna or were we stroking ourselves to a combination of ourselves?
Yeah, that's the question.
We will never know the answer to this, and I'm not sure that we want to know. Or do we? Regardless, this is our confession. And now we must ask you, Joe, do you forgive me and do you forgive Chad? And most importantly, how many inches is your cock?
Yeah, it's no problem. I think I figured it out. I think this was back when, I was still doing it in Austin, I believe. And me and Gary figured it out that it was a catfish. Because you guys sent a couple follow-up emails after that.
All right, so we're cool?
And it just seemed...
we're cool?
Yeah, we're cool. Yeah,
Okay.
we're not... I'm not going to take you guys to task here. No, it was
Okay,
fun.
we were
because
nervous. We
I,
thought...
I was, I was flattered by all that. So... But yeah, I never really got... Yeah, because I don't know the people that email, so I wasn't...
But you liked her a little bit, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I thought, because then one of the emails, like, she talked about, like, cooking. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that was a nice touch.
Did
Good
you at least
work.
think about stroking yourself to her?
I did not.
What was it
didn't.
about Donna that wasn't...
No,
enough
I don't
for
know.
you?
I think we just didn't get to know each other well enough yet.
Okay.
I kept it really surface level. You know, she sent a couple emails, and it was like, okay, maybe this could turn into something. Maybe she'll be in Austin one day, and maybe we would meet up some point. But I didn't.
It was a failed prank, but I feel like I had to share it with you.
It was a good prank.
It was a good prank.
Yeah, it was.
Now, hold on there.
Well written emails.
Would you
know, a
consider
lot
that
of thought.
mean? Was it what I did mean?
No.
Can you tell Stephanie, who is my wife,
Oh, she thinks it's mean?
She thinks it's mean, and she didn't want me to read that letter and get that load off my chest today.
No, I'm glad you. Yeah, thanks for coming clean. No, Stephanie, it's not mean. It was fun. I was into the emails, so I thought it was just a fan, and it was it's all in fun.
Do you have anything to say to Chad?
Yeah, I mean, Chad, good work. He's a creative guy.
And you're not upset with him either?
Not upset with him. Okay. No, not upset with Chad. But yeah, thanks for. I knew that wasn't a real thing because then the email stopped.
I would disagree. Seeing some of the reactions, and in fact, I think your partner was getting pretty hot and heavy when you were reading those emails in one of the episodes. We can go back.
Gary?
Yeah, he was getting excited.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we first, and then there was a picture which seemed like a real picture. I don't know, where did you get that picture?
I took a lot, the wife watches a lot of Catfish on MTV.
Oh, okay.
And the first rule of catfishing is the picture.
Yeah.
You can't get a picture that's like online a lot. So something that if you do a reverse Google image search, do you know what that is?
Not exactly.
On Google, you can take a picture. So, for example, you take the picture that I sent to you.
Yeah.
And you can pop it into Google reverse image search. And then it'll pop up everywhere on the internet where that picture is. So let's say you got the picture, you just Googled hot busty MILF, and then you save that picture.
Okay.
And then I send it to you. If you put that in the Google image search, it will come back and show you got it from a website, and you can probably figure out it's fake. Now, I didn't think you were going to, no offense, I didn't think you were going to be sophisticated enough to Google image search, but I don't know anything about about Gary. So what I did is I made sure the picture that I got, I Google image searched it and made sure that it cannot be searched.
What it doesn't come up as anything?
No. I think it was this like random Swedish woman.
Yeah, it just looked like it looked like somebody's selfie.
I think I typed in MILF in Instagram or something.
Yeah, that was a good picture because it seemed like a legit selfie. It wasn't like too overdone. It was very like, hey, this is me in my element kind of vibe.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys did a great job.
We had parameters. I mean, did we want the relationship to go a little deeper? Maybe, but we could, we were getting sort of scared, and, so we just said, okay, we're just going to do it. It's just going to only be on the Joe Code podcast. Because we can't have Joe falling in love with this MILF.
Yeah,
because then we're going to have phone sex or figure out.
Well, then at a point you would have had to create.
I would have had to
like an Instagram profile and all that. Yeah, we don't want to take it to that level.
But we could have, but we didn't. Because
you think you guys are sophisticated enough to have done that?
I don't know. I think if a teenager in Alabama can figure it out, I don't see why Daddy can't figure it out. Right, Aaron? You don't think I could catfish somebody?
Oh yeah,
But I'm not promoting catfishing in real life as like not a prank.
Don't do it.
Don't
people.
do catfishing. I don't know what your listeners are into or how lonely they are, but
hopefully not too lonely.
Yeah.
No. Thanks for coming clean, and I could definitely see you catfishing, because you are the schmoll, and that would be a schmoll activity.
Now hold on, it's
who
not
gave you that
me.
Name? Did Chad give you that name?
Who?
The schmoll.
Yeah, they came up with the schmoll.
Yeah.
But just to be clear, it was both me and Chad equally on this. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you guys.
So I don't want any of this. We both were done.
Okay. Yeah, he's under the radar, a little like.
It's easy to put the schmoll grift or.
He likes getting up to mischief.
Yeah, he likes getting into mischief.
Yeah, he does. He kind of keeps it under the radar, but he's he's a prankster, so he's up to mischief.
Yeah.
And who knows what levels he's willing to take it to.
You watch MILF porn?
I mean, I try not to.
Is Joe Code PG? I'm not supposed to be talking about porn.
Well, yeah. I mean, we keep it like clean in that sense.
Your dad listen to this or something?
Yeah.
Your dad listens to this?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I wonder if he likes
family members.
okay.
Yeah.
I like 80s porn.
Yeah, you have talked about that before.
I shared maybe some of your older family members.
Yeah,
that was their time.
Yeah, it's a classier porn back then.
But don't talk about porn?
Yeah, I'd rather we didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, and because there's too many podcasts that do that, and they have the people on, and it's just
the porn stars.
Yeah.
Which podcasts are you listening to?
No, I don't listen to them. They just pop up on my Instagram, like in the
porn stars pop up on your Instagram,
like in the Explore feed of like.
Yeah, I know you're talking
just
about
interviewing that. It's like,
what are you searching to get porn stars in your algorithm?
Well, I guess that's my issue as well. But
you want me to?
That being said,
you want to wait.
That being
we'll
said,
move on,
I don't want this to be that.
We won't talk
podcast.
about that, but check out my search. I think it's a conspiracy in Instagram. It's just
yeah, just like models.
Yeah, just busty ladies.
Yeah,
I don't even look.
Comedy. I mean that's just
for some reason it's just really busty ladies.
Yeah, I used to have that. I don't
search for that though, Aaron. I don't search.
Well, what do you?
No,
what
I
do
didn't
you do,
either,
Aaron.
I didn't either. You have to click on them and then hit the 3 buttons and say not interested.
Oh well,
okay,
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. Put all that effort. I wouldn't say I'm not interested.
You are interested,
but it's. I think the algorithm is like one pops up and then you click it, and once you click it once, it goes, oh, this guy wants this, and it just spams your search bar with.
Yeah, I mean, if it shows up, it shows up. Yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way to. Yeah, I just won't click on it.
Now, how do you think this is going so far with your listeners? Because I'm clearly talking over you and sort of like even this question. Do you think some of them are going to be upset with me?
I mean, I don't have... My fans typically kind of go with whatever happens. No one's like, oh, Joe's got to do this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Like, no, they just kind of like... They're not like... I don't think people get too mad, really.
Okay.
But
so no nasty comments in your YouTube?
Well, 9 days ago, Armand said, have Kev the Schmoll on.
Yeah.
That's not a nasty comment. I would like to see some nasty comments about me.
No, there's people... Well, maybe there will be.
Let's see something.
Okay, well...
I want to see it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
I want to see some passion. But who said that? Who said he wants to see me on the podcast?
Armand.
Oh, wow. And that's a Middle Eastern guy. He could be Persian. It's probably Armenian, Armand. Probably Armenian, but he could be a Persian.
It's a good name. I like that name. Armand's was a good pizza place in Chicago.
So shout out to Armand's. I bet he has a giant cock.
Yeah,
and then we'll move on from that. Okay, so I apologize for interrupting in the beginning, and I see you have a lot of notes.
No, I'm glad
there.
you came clean. Yeah, I mean, I just had, I just wanted to cover a few things because I was trying to remember where we met, and I believe we started talking at the John Lovitz Comedy Club in Universal City.
I remember you said that in like my wedding speech, the John Lovitz.
I'm pretty sure that's where it was.
I don't recall meeting. I mean, I recall going to the John Lovitz Comedy Club, but I don't recall like we're not like married. I don't recall our meeting.
No, I know that's what, but I'm trying to remember because I remember you were a guy that I always, because in comedy you see the same people everywhere, and you were one of those guys that I saw around like everywhere, but we never like talked.
Yeah,
like I would just see you, and I feel like that was the place where
that was an interesting comedy club.
We kind of like started talking or whatever.
Did you do Ari's show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and were you barking?
Ari.
John Lovitz Comedy Club was a comedy club.
It had formerly been a B.B. King's Blues.
Yeah, I don't know how old.
Yeah, in Universal
Do your
Studios.
listeners know who John Lovitz is? He's a comedian. He was on Saturday Night Live.
I think they would. Yeah, I mean, there's younger people, but they can look him up.
He opened up a comedy club in, what do you even call it? Universal Studios. What do you call the City Walk?
Like
it was on the City Walk at Universal Studios.
So you would think like all these tourists are here. They're going to Universal Studios. There's a lot of foot traffic.
But it wasn't easy to get to.
Yeah, it was upstairs.
Yeah, it was hard to find.
It was the B.B. King's Blues Club, so the setup of it is like super high ceilings. And in comedy clubs...
And balconies.
Super high ceilings aren't... Actually, the lower the ceiling is, the more intimate it is.
Right, the better.
So if I have to crouch in there, I think I would even like it better. But it was a good place when we were sort of just starting out.
Well, yeah, it was a good comedy hangout in like 2013, 2014. it was like a good spot.
Yeah.
I remember like Ken Garr, our friend, was there. Becky Robinson would hang out there, and then Ari Manis, my current roommate, who he was there. Yeah, we all hung out there, so that was a good meeting spot. And then and it's a funny thing. I was like, why? I was thinking, why is Kevin the schmoll? Because he's like because people don't really know the compassionate, friendly Kevin. But I did have a schmoll moment with you. Because I did break my arm going to cover home plate in softball while you were sprinting around the bases. So you schmolled me.
How is that a schmoll move? Because I was so fast.
Because I was chasing you, yeah.
Oh.
Because you were going around, because I was playing pitcher. This was in the Comedian Softball League. I was going to cover home plate. You were sprinting around the bases, and I was trying to get to the plate to beat you, and then I
feel like
fell and I broke my arm. So
I feel like that's a schmoll move on your part for letting your team down. I scored.
Well, yeah, but you started it.
Yeah.
Well, and I also backpedaled like a dummy. You can't backpedal.
No.
And then I just ate it so hard.
Oof.
So we've already got into softball. I was assuming I've heard you talk about softball a lot in this podcast.
Yeah, we talk. Yeah, I mean, well, I talk about our team, but yeah, I'm not gonna go. We won't go into.
How was the meeting? You guys had a softball meeting before this.
Yeah, we had a softball meeting before. It was fine. We're just trying to figure out because we have so many guys playing tonight. They were just trying to figure out the lineups.
And then as I got up there, 2 people called out.
Yeah, so now we're down to a good amount.
So we're good. You're good with the
we're
softball.
Still good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good.
Looks like a journal you would.
Yeah, it's just
Looks like
it's
a
nice,
journal you would write like your notes in at the end of the night. Like
It's like a journal. It's a
I
diary.
met Sally tonight.
Yeah, I did meet Sally
She
tonight.
made me tingle. My
Well, yeah, it's funny you mentioned your wedding because I was gonna say you had one of the most fun weddings I've ever been to.
I did.
I don't know if people don't realize. I don't know how many people know that, like in comedy or whatever, that how fun that wedding was. And I think everybody, because I do like I do these segments on my show. I do This Sucks, Joe Code, and then This Is Great. And I'm going to jump into the Joe Code really quick. So Joe Code for this week, everybody, is go to at least one wedding in Las Vegas. You've heard the rumors about it. Is it weird? Oh, do they get married in a chapel? No, it's fun. Go to at least one wedding in Las Vegas. Not bachelor party, not bachelorette party. Go to a wedding in Vegas. It's something you need to experience. And Kevin, yours was you had an Elvis impersonator do the wedding.
Yeah, the best Elvis impersonator in Vegas.
He was phenomenal. It was at Caesar's Palace. The restaurant we went to was after. It was great. Yeah, because you guys didn't do like a cheesy wedding. We
We didn't even do wedding speeches.
You still classed it up.
Or vows.
No
vows.
Yeah, you guys didn't even have vows. Yeah, and then I had like I had this blue
we got you a blue tuxedo
like
where I got
velvet
my
tuxedo.
Yeah.
Yours was like
Maroon.
Like maroon. Yeah, it was classy. We did it right. Yeah, we were dressed like Rat Pack style. And yeah, it was a great night. And that was one of the best weddings I've been to, for sure.
Yeah.
And and it's been successful, and now you're a father.
Yeah.
What's fatherhood like? Are you loving that?
It's fine. It's not as difficult as everybody makes it out to be. You hear a lot of chicks sometimes. They go, "Being a mother's the hardest. It's the hardest job in the world." And
well, he's still a baby. I mean,
I know, but I mean, sometimes if you're a single mother or if your kid has like, maybe disabilities or something, that is probably very hard. But just for the average kid,
right?
That's all bullshit.
Okay.
Now he's a good kid. He's not too fussy. He sleeps through the night and all that. But look, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Okay, Stephanie's working right now, right?
Yeah.
Now, she was on maternity leave for 3 months. Now, if this was the hardest thing in the world, at the end of her maternity leave, she should have been happy to go back to work.
Right.
Do you think she was happy to go back to work?
No,
Fuck
no way. Yeah.
She wants to be with the baby.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, good point.
So when you hear people, it's not people with real struggles. It's the people that like to bloviate.
Yeah.
Is that the right word? They like to bloviate. Oh, it's so tough. No, they just want to, they.
Well, then your guy, he sleeps.
He's a good
right?
sleeper.
Yeah. See, that helps. I think a lot of the complaints come with the lack of sleeping.
The lack of. Well, we had that for the first few months. I could be completely wrong. I could just have the chillest baby in the world, and everybody else is
you
struggling.
might. Because Aaron, what would you say?
I mean, our kid slept really well too, so.
There we go.
Oh, you had good sleep as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, see, a lot of parents hear the
You think
complaints.
Aaron's going to turn on me?
No.
No, she was sleeping 8 hours at a time at night at one.
Yeah, we
wow.
we put him in his crib at 3 months in his own room.
We did that to you?
Get out of here.
Yeah.
A lot of people have the kid. When you have a kid, you have a bassinet, so the kid sleeps next to you.
For like a while, right?
We kicked him out into his own room.
That's
After
good.
3 months, the soonest we could, we put him in his own room, and he's fine with it.
Yeah, get him in there.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, that's good.
Because they're noisy as shit.
Yeah. The jacking
tell you
off
that.
is. I hate to go back to that though.
What,
I had
what do you
thoughts,
want?
though.
What do you want to say?
It's difficult with the kid. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
I would
That's
think
not what
so.
I meant.
Yeah, you
it's
should probably-
difficult.
you should probably tone it down.
When you have a kid, it's difficult to find time. Aaron, would you agree with me to beat it?
Oh, yeah.
Especially, do you want me to go through this, or is this?
I thought you were going to say.
If you invite me on a
Harrison's jacking
podcast,
off
I'm going
all
to
the
talk
time.
about jacking off.
Well,
I feel like
I-
censored here.
No, you're not censored. But yeah, you don't need to go into grave detail. But I guess
No, just the logistics.
there's not a whole lot of time. You can't really be alone a lot.
And this is how it works.
There's
So
always someone in the house.
there's always some. So I solved that. I'm not a big. I don't like to beat off, like the guys. I've heard guys like they beat off and their girlfriend's like in the room or asleep or something. And
Yeah,
they go, no, I need everybody
Yeah,
vacated.
guys shouldn't do that. Yeah.
I'm out. I need to be clear. So in our household, we've solved that. Is just I wait for Stephanie to pass out, and then on the couch, and then I go upstairs and take care of business.
Okay,
But
yeah.
when you're with that's not the issue. But during the daytime, when the baby's not asleep, you have to care for him. But
Yeah.
it's not like nighttime. You can't just put the baby to sleep in the other room and then go whack it. You have to have a baby monitor at all times, right, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the baby's asleep, you have a baby monitor. And so if I have to bring the baby monitor in the room with me, that's going to create a sort of a difficult situation. I'm
Yeah.
not going to beat it with the baby
No,
monitor
you
there.
can't do that.
And then you might be asking yourself, well, Kevin, why don't you just turn the baby monitor on its face? Because you can still hear the baby. The babies make noise when they're sleeping, right, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah, they make noise. And I'm not, that's a weird person if you can't hear that. And then imagine just being interrupted by
Yeah, you don't.
No, you don't want to do
Right,
that.
yeah.
I would argue something would be wrong
you're,
with you.
Yeah, you're playing it right here.
Yeah.
I think that's the move.
And then you say, well, Kevin, why don't you just turn the baby monitor off?
yeah, that was my
and
next question.
I propose to you, well, what if something happens to the baby?
yeah, you can't turn it off.
Something happens to the baby. Hey, Kevin, what happened? You weren't monitoring the baby? Well, I was just, upstairs just for a afternoon beat-off session.
Yeah,
And
you wouldn't be
can't
able-
do that.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to live that one down.
You're talking about a huge load on your chest.
yeah, there'd be another big load on your chest.
Yeah. And then I have to come up with a lie about what I was actually doing, and now my whole life is a lie. And then imagine me on my deathbed, like, Stephanie, I was actually just jacking off, and you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So,
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
so I've had to be a little more creative on finding opportunities to beat it.
Well, once you have a wife and then you start bringing kids in, the alone time is few and far between, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
But to be honest with you, I don't know about you guys, I'm not a huge day jerker.
No.
It sort of takes you out.
no, don't. Yeah. No way.
I feel like you jerk at night and then you're naturally going to fall asleep. But if you jerk it at like 12:30, you basically compromised potentially your whole afternoon.
Yeah, it's weird.
Maybe there's some guys that get a spritz of energy after they beat it, but that's not me.
Yeah, no, I think most would agree with that. Do it at night. Yeah. And do it alone if you have a wife and kids. Yeah.
But those are my thoughts of jacking off.
Make sure you're
babies.
Yeah, make sure make sure the baby's taken care of. And then the wife is sound asleep and you can have your alone time. And you could do whatever you want with that alone time. If it's that, do that. If you want to read, whatever you prefer.
Is that what you do? You read? Downtime?
Yeah.
What are you reading right now?
I'm not reading.
Yeah.
No, I don't read.
I just called you out on that shit.
No, I don't read. I'm working at night at the store and then playing softball. And then
no time for reading in between
doing this podcast.
The comedy store, the podcast, softball.
Nah, trying to find a new apartment now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
It's going pretty good. There's some good places out there.
Where are you looking? Hollywood, West Hollywood.
West Hollywood, like over near the Grove, where I used to live. That area, like.
Now,
were
we looking? You're looking for roommates?
I'm looking at both. I'm looking studios, 2 bedrooms.
What are studios running now in West Hollywood?
I mean, they pretty much priced out being single.
What do you mean?
It's like because it's like
okay,
like maybe $1,500 for a studio.
When I left my studio in West Hollywood, what was that, like 5-6 years ago? The rent was $1,100, I think.
Yeah, the place on Fairfax.
And that was pretty high for a studio at that point.
Yeah,
too.
that's the thing. Yeah, it's gotten crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
You're going to have to get a roommate. It's fine.
You pretty much have to. And ideally at this age, the roommate should be the wife. But, here we are. That's...
Now, are you in Bumble, Hinge?
Oh yeah, doing all those. Yeah.
Now, do you write in the thing, I'm looking for the someone. I'm looking for something serious. I'm not here to bone.
I don't make it clear what I'm looking for. Maybe you've told me this before. Maybe it is good to
weed out the riff-raff.
That. Yeah. Well, see, my thing is I feel like I don't get enough matches to where I can
No, I don't
make like these not claims, but make these kind of statements. I feel like I just need to meet the women first.
But has that been working?
And then we'll talk.
I think it's a way to distinguish yourself. Try it out. Because I remember when I was on Tinder years ago. How long ago was that? But I was, doing the swipe thing and
you and I had gone on some double dates in the past.
Yeah, we went on some Tinder double dates
6-7 years ago or something like that.
In Daddy's single days, and we would go. I would be on Tinder and I wouldn't get a lot of matches.
Yeah,
but then I put I didn't say I'm a lawyer, but I said some joke as that. It didn't say I'm a lawyer, but it said some joke that included that I was a lawyer.
Right.
Like something about I hated myself a lawyer. But once that lawyer word was in there, I was getting matches all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
So you might want to find a way to distinguish yourself. And the knock on all these apps is that everybody just wants to bone, especially in LA.
That is.
So maybe try out distinguishing yourself. I'm looking for my wife. Boom.
Just say it.
Just say it.
Don't even be like, I'm looking for that person. Yeah, I'm looking for a wife.
Yeah. And I mean, LA's tough because everybody's in, especially in that West Hollywood area. I think you need a career woman or somebody who's, you don't want to. It's hard enough in this town. So if you have 2 people that are sort of, like an actress or something.
Like chasing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one person that's not chasing it and wants to have kids.
Yeah, I need someone that's grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need.
You need to fine tune your search parameters.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to look out. You're just looking in West Hollywood. Why wouldn't you be looking in West Covina?
Well,
things like that.
I don't have a car.
Oh yeah. Well, you need to get a car first. Get the car first, and
Yeah,
then the
I need to
wife.
get a car. Yeah, yeah.
You
Maybe,
looking for a car?
Yeah, maybe you should come help me like you did that one time. We had to get a car. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
It's tough to get a car
Kevin had
now.
to help me get a new car because I got my car totaled. Oh yeah, and then you helped me out with the case. Yeah, there was this time. This has to be 5-6 years ago now, where I used to drive Uber. It was one of my great careers that I had, was driving Uber. Used to do that around Los Angeles. I was in Santa Monica. I was driving an Uber pool. I had a guy it was a guy and a girl in the back seat who didn't know each other. I was at a stop sign, 4-way stop. I proceed to drive ahead, and a woman just T-bones us on the passenger side.
Now hold on, I have a question.
Fully 100% her fault. No doubt about it. No questions asked. What?
Did you sense, you said there was a guy and a girl in the backseat and they didn't know each other, right?
Yeah, it was an Uber pool.
So they didn't do the thing where usually when there's two random people, one person will sit up front and then the other person will take the back. So here's my question. Who was in there first, the girl or the guy? Who'd you pick up first? If you remember.
Can't remember.
Because I'm wondering.
Okay, well, now that I'm thinking, the guy might have been in the back seat.
Ooh.
She might have been in the passenger seat.
Interesting.
I mean, now
Did
it's
you
so long, I
sense
can't remember.
before the accident some sexual chemistry between them? Any tension?
No, because it was like I just picked one of them up. No, they were both in the back. Now that I think of it, yeah.
Because I feel like when I used to Uber pool, I haven't Uber pooled in a while. Are there still Uber pools?
I think they're bringing it back. I saw on Lyft they have Lyft shared again.
Yeah.
So it is coming back, but I don't think Uber brought it back yet.
I believe if I ever saw like a girl already sitting in the back,
Yeah,
I
you
would
would sit in the front.
I would take the front because I didn't want to be like, even though I guess that's not creepy, but I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm sitting next to you and now I have to just stare forward.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. So, and then if it was the opposite way around, if a guy was sitting in the back, I guess a girl could possibly be like, hey, I don't know this guy. It's going to be awkward. I'm going to sit in the front.
Right.
But then she's sitting next to the Uber driver who's a guy too. So I guess she's sort of screwed either way.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I think they were both in because the passenger door got hit pretty hard. So, and neither of them got hurt. I didn't get hurt, but it was a whole mess.
Well, you got hurt.
Yeah, I got hurt emotionally.
And physically.
And financially. Well, I got hurt a little bit, but not enough to like get money from it.
Well, you did get money from it.
But we got money from the fault of them, right?
Well, don't you remember you went to like physical therapy?
I mean,
stuff?
I did do some physical therapy for my back, but it was like, I guess if I was remember because I said my back hurts, but it doesn't hurt that much or something.
What you're saying, I think what you're saying is that you were injured, but it wasn't what you consider a serious injury.
It wasn't like
it was
good
like back
money.
pain and stuff like.
Yeah.
So you didn't have a high money settlement.
Right. It was a very low money settlement that you helped me get, but I remember it dragged on for months.
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous. I started getting like antsy. But you were all the one communicating with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was crazy because the woman did not admit fault, and she was 100% wrong. And that is what this sucks for this week, is not admitting fault in an accident. Okay, if you're in a car accident and it's clearly your fault, all right, be a freaking grown up about it and admit it that you messed up. Don't make people jump through hoops and go through a whole charade when you clearly clobbered somebody. And it's like, oh, was it my turn to go? Maybe it was your turn to go. Oh, well, guess what? You're not supposed to drive into somebody's car. Okay, so it is your fault. So admit fault in an accident. Prevent people from going through all this BS with these insurance companies. Stop lying out there.
And Daddy's legal advice is never admit fault.
No, you have to admit fault.
No, do not admit anything. If you get into an accident, do not admit stuff.
Yes, you do.
This is awful legal advice.
No, because then you're a bad person for doing that.
Yeah, but we got hit a few days ago, or a couple weeks ago.
You did?
I don't know if she's been. It wasn't. We were parked, and she was trying to do a parallel parking, and the other driver, you know.
So it's just a tap.
And it was actually a big space. She didn't even need to parallel park. And she sideswiped the car.
You guys were in the car, or just you saw? You were
I
watching?
was at the meter, and then Stephanie, my mom, and the baby were in the car.
Oh wow!
But yeah, no, it was just damage, and I don't know if she's admitted fault.
Take
or
her
not.
for all she's got.
Yeah, no, it's just I believe she might have admitted fault. Joey, we don't want to judge her. It was an accident.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you do mess up, I'm just saying own up to it. I would do that.
I was hit and run a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean
That fucking sucks.
yeah. Well, yeah, that happened to me too.
What?
And I think you might have been with me, or maybe not. But it was at the Portillo's parking lot.
Oh yeah. I was with you.
In Buena Park.
A little hit and run. Went in for a...
And right after I just got that car.
Yeah, right out, just going in, parking, getting an Italian beef, coming out.
Yeah.
Huge dent on your car.
And we asked the people at the security at the Walmart across the way if they had security cameras so we could see it.
So that's another, if you guys want a legal tip, always get uninsured motorist coverage. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's coverage for if somebody hits you and they're either not insured, or it sometimes will apply in a hit and run situation. But usually for it to apply in a hit and run situation, you have to have like a license plate or something. But either way, it didn't appear that you
report, I believe.
You didn't have coverage.
No, but I remember getting that right after that because I remember you told me about it. But yeah, no, that was nuts. But yeah, that lady, oh man, that was such a stressful thing. But I got some money, you got some money, and you helped a great deal with that. But yeah, I want to get to before we get out of here. We got some time, but we got to talk about the Dresden.
Oh yeah.
Before you go, we have to talk about the Dresden.
Rest in peace, Marty.
Yeah, rest in peace, Marty. And this is because like I was saying before. Yeah, like before you, I feel like with comedians, I didn't really do like a lot of activities. Like
I mostly don't
like
hang out. Comedians, especially before the pandemic, you're with other comedians like literally every fucking day.
Yeah, but like you and I, we would golf, we'd play softball, then we started going out, and then I remember I had talked about like, oh, I've been to the Dresden. I think you had been there. And then we decided to have like Dresden group outings. And
does your audience know what the Dresden is?
I think your idea was, I think you came up with the wearing the suits.
I don't know. It might have been a mutual thing, but we definitely. Did we describe what the Dresden is? It's a bar.
Yeah.
It's like an old school bar in Hollywood. It's probably the best bar. I've never been to a better bar.
Yeah, it's a great. I would describe it as it has a vibe of like especially like when we wear the suits.
It's like the 60s.
It feels like a wedding after party,
something like that. But it's all old school in there.
Yeah, just a classic.
It was in that movie Swingers, that bar they went to. And then when you say it was in the movie Swingers, people go, "Oh, you just want to go there because it was in the movie." Oh, well, they went there because it's a pretty fucking cool bar.
Yeah, that's why they went there to begin with.
There was a couple there, Marty and Elaine, and they would play standards, but like in their own unique way. And
yeah, they put a good spin on every song.
And then, in their set, there would usually be a really good crooner singer that would sing some Sinatra or songs like that. So you just dress up in a suit, you get blasted, and you let the good times roll. And Marty actually passed away during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was about like earlier this year.
I haven't been back there since. I don't know what the vibes will be like, but I'm sure they have some kind of musical act that will.
Yeah, I know it's back and going. Yeah, we got to get in there.
Yeah.
But first I want to do This Is Great for the week, and This Is Great is what we're talking about right now. Is the Dresden? The Dresden is the place where I've had. As far as nightlife goes, these have been my best nightlife experiences in Los Angeles. The Dresden, on one side, it's a great fine dining restaurant, actually great food. And then you go to the other side, it's the lounge with the live music, the bar. The tables are kind of intimate, and then there's booths. The Dresden is the best bar in Los Angeles. So the Dresden
One time, a couple
great.
MILFs came up to our booth.
Yeah.
We
we've
partied
had
with
fun.
some MILFs.
Yeah, I remember that time. It was when I had the brace on my wrist from breaking my arm, and yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was
could have been the
your
real
birthday
Donna.
one year.
Yeah, the real Donna was in the booth with us.
Yeah, that was like a real Donna.
I don't remember their names. Was it like Phyllis and Nancy?
Yeah, some older.
I mean, they weren't that old.
Yeah, they weren't that old. They're
having fun.
Yeah, they came and joined us in the booth.
Big thing about the Dresden is you got to get the booth.
Yeah, you got to score the booth. That's the way to do it. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, yeah, because the booths are on the perimeter, and then you
just
could kind of, you could kind of relax, and you could people watch. You can see the whole room. Yeah, otherwise, if you're at the tables, you're kind of in the mix, and it's kind of, there's a lot of traffic around you. But, well, that was the move. We would go to dinner early, and then I remember one time my friend Dan was with us, and he went on the other side. Before we even finished eating, he would go snatch a booth up, and he wouldn't even finish dinner with us. We'd have a guy save the booth just so we could have the booth, and then, we had great times there. We've had to carry people out of there before. I remember.
Oh yeah,
people would pass.
I mean, that's
out.
just one person. Yeah.
Well, it happened. You know, I'm just trying to.
I think we had to carry a person into there.
I want people to say it's been. Oh, really?
You remember Matt? We had to.
He was in that bad of shape going in.
Yeah, you remember where he was?
Was that the cowboy night when he was
cowboy night? Yeah, he was a cowboy. He got blasted before the Dresden.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I remember that. Yeah, I mean, because I remember after he was in bad shape. But,
yeah.
Wow, but yeah, the Dresden. Yeah, we got to go back. I mean, we owe it to ourselves to go back to see if we can recreate some of those times.
Yeah,
those were fun. That was like. Yeah, there's something about wearing a suit when you go out. It's like, it's like this night is mine, kind of. You're like you can do like fun can't like you can't have a bad time.
Yeah, if you're in a suit. Yeah,
like once you go out, you commit to that suit.
That was the test.
The general manager is gonna come up and shake your hand. You're in with the staff.
Yeah, the manager would come up and say, "I like you guys' style."
Yeah, he would.
That was our test. If you're a Dresden guy, though, if we're all come to the Dresden and you refuse to wear a suit,
because we do have good style. Well, yeah, that was the thing we would talk about a Dresden guy. Yeah, there's not many. There's really just a handful. Like out of our friends, it's like you can't even. You guys can't do it. You can't commit to it. You can't. You're not into the music. You're not feeling the vibe. It's like, all right,
if you can't get into standards when you're drinking and smoking copious amounts of weed on my end, I mean, if you can't be blasted and enjoy like Sinatra,
there's
all
really,
that stuff.
There's really nothing better than that.
I can't.
I mean, it's such a great time. Yeah, the music. Yeah, they'd play like Dean Martin, play the Bee Gees, everything.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, so good. Let me check out my notes here.
So you did Joe Code.
Yeah, this sucks and this is great. And then we do a lot of I do emails.
All right, let's do some emails.
Yeah, we do. Just a reminder to everybody, email me at joecodepodcast@gmail.com. You could also book me on Cameo.
Don't try to catfish him. You won't fall for it.
Yeah. And then don't forget, guys, the Patreon. We now have a $2 a month tier. The I Love Joe tier is just $2 per month. That's at that's at patreon.com/Joe Code Podcast.
And what do? You show them your cock or something?
Yeah, that's on there.
If you subscribe to the Patreon, Joe will.
No, it's a general support thing,
like an OnlyFans. They make good money on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. Yeah, I've heard all about that. So
shockingly, like the money some of these people are making on OnlyFans is shocking.
Yeah,
it made me want to just
Right.
I don't think guys are as popular, but I was considering the amount of money I heard, like in the tens of thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah, it's
I was
really.
figuring, is there something I can do with my nuts?
Yeah, it's
or
really
something.
a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. We're talking 30, 40, 50,000 a month on OnlyFans.
Yeah. So here's I see now I have my place where I leave off, and then
For the
here
what?
it
The
is.
emails?
We did the asking about the barista. Let's do this one. All right, yeah, because we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just trying to do. Okay, we'll do this one. All right, this is from Casey. Hey Joe, I want to chime in on urinal talk. I too avoid them for the splashback, but I also do this. I'll go to the actual toilet stall in order to avoid the urinal, but I will leave the door open to show how much I don't give a fuck. Love the pod. You, Aaron, Gary, and the whole crew are the best. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because the urinals are not covered, so it's like, yeah, if you're going into the stall to pee, yeah, leaving the door open
what do you think he means
is
by,
appropriate, I guess.
Like he leaves it open, like he doesn't give a fuck? Does that mean he's just putting his pants down and his ass is revealed?
Well, no,
or?
I think he just means like
It's like bad etiquette,
he
and
doesn't
give a fuck?
He doesn't need privacy. I don't know. Yeah, because we were talking about before about urinals versus stalls and like splashback.
I get stage fright in like Dodger Stadium because they still have. Do they still have those? I mean,
Do they do the troughs there?
Those
Yeah.
those are difficult, and even like there's just so many people in a line. I can get stage fright.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's not wrong to go to a stall. Just sometimes you have to wait longer for a stall because people are shitting in there.
Yeah, you don't. I don't have a preference either
But
way.
I guess the splashback is hard. It just depends on the urinal.
Yeah.
And sometimes you shoot to the bottom and it doesn't give you splashback. Sometimes you do.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, I think a lot of it's on the trajectory,
Yeah.
how hard it comes out.
You like that when you get a little splashback?
No, I don't like it.
You get a little mixture of your piss and somebody else's piss.
Oh, I didn't
It
think
gets you
about
hot?
that. It's gross.
Oh. It's like a combo.
All
some
right,
people,
that's all the email time we have.
One
Well,
email?
I'll do more. Yeah, because we wrap it up at like an hour because I got to do another podcast.
Oh.
But
You're doing another Joe code?
Yeah.
Oh, so what are you like Jeopardy or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You're just stacking up
Yeah. Stacking.
podcasts?
Yeah.
Are you doing a solo one?
Yeah. But we do have time for Aaron, you got a couple comments on the YouTube from our last episode?
Sure. We have one left over from the Strider episode. Lucas D. Orazio asks, what if I made fast food sushi place, Joe? Thinking it could work? Why the fuck not, eh? Could even make rolls that you don't cut and just bite off like a slim burrito. Am I absolutely fucking insane, or could it work?
Fast food sushi?
There are sushi burritos in LA.
Yeah, I have seen those.
Isn't sushi fast food?
Fast food. Yeah,
It's
I guess
already fast.
Yeah, it is already fast. It's done.
You want deep
The way
fried
it comes out.
sushi?
Yeah, no, you're not crazy. You can do that, Lucas.
You go for it, Lucas.
Do it, yeah.
Faust TV commented, "Yo, props to Aaron for reminding Joe to shout out to Gary."
Yeah, I was gonna mention Gary. Yeah, I saw that comment. Yeah, I was in the midst of like
But it's from Gary.
giving shout outs to everybody.
Are you supposed to give him a shout out? Gary is your Aaron in Austin, right?
Right.
And you need to give him a shout out every episode.
No,
now?
I just when we did episode 70, I was like, yeah, it's a cool round number. Just like I just
okay.
shouting out Aaron and Gary and like Chad and JT and
give him a shout out.
yeah, I gave him. I did give him a shout out.
There we go.
Shout out Gary.
There's not a whole lot more. We should maybe save him for the solo, I think.
All right.
You can do a little solo sesh. All right. That's it?
Yeah, we did an hour.
Can
Yeah.
we do an
That went
outro?
I mean, I
Do
could
my
have.
outro music?
I feel like with you, I could do a lot longer, but yeah. All right, I'll wrap it up with that music. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for Here, I'll go here, Aaron. Yeah. Kevin, thanks for joining us. This is Kevin Fard. Everybody, that's this episode of Joe Code. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. I'm Joe Marrese.
All right. Thank you. Done?
That's it. We're